Alright, been out for a while. I have the clip point D2 version, the stern wash finish. But yeah, I'm gonna put a little barrier right here, try and block a little bit of the wind, and we'll get going. Just for the sake of the video, I'm going to do some very light batoning. I think this knife would hold up. It has Andrew DEMKO's Shark Lock, which is arguably just as strong as the Triad Lock. Pretty cool. Nice and fidgety if you like doing that. I'm not really into playing with knives. I'm into using them, but that's what you're into. So I'm going to just baton a tiny piece of this fat wood here and then see if I can't get a feather stick going with it. Let's throw that in the fire. That's a dud. I'm not doing so hot with this feather sticking. I like to usually choke up at the front choil, and if I do that, then my palm is digging into the shark lock. Just not, there's no comfortable place to hold this knife for me to be making a feather stick. So the position of the shark lock right here, I just, like if I try and choke up, it's digging into my palm, and back here I just don't have a comfortable grip to be trying to do a feather stick. I like to be up here anyway, but it's just not working out. Woo, almost dropped it. It's just not working out for trying to do a feather stick, so I'd say fail on that part. And just that alone makes me think I wouldn't be taking this out in the woods with me. All the hype. I mean, this is an awesome knife. I've been carrying it for a few weeks, and it's a cool like little EDC for, you know, at work, things like that. But taking it out in the woods, obviously just sitting cutting it, no pun intended. But yeah, it's not a sharp enough spine, of course, to strike a ferro rod either. But I don't know, that's just, it's not going to work out for trying to do a feather stick. Kind of hard. See how it cuts through this. I've been cutting on some things. Let's see how the edge holds up. Cutting through a little bit of some leather. Not super slicey. I don't know, y'all have seen in some of my other videos, I've had some knives that just slice right on through the leather like it's butter. You know, Paramilitary 2, Sage 5, little slicier blades. This just isn't totally slicey like ones I've tested in the past. It's alright slicing in on an angle like that when I'm trying to just go straight down. So not as slicey as a few of the knives I've messed with in the past. This is an axe handle I'm working on. Let me see. Just put a couple strokes along this. This is some locust. Pretty solid. Just doesn't feel good in the hand. I like to choke up when I'm using the pocket knife, and that shark lock just digs right into my hand. So it's definitely not, in my book, a hard use knife. It may have a shark lock, which is a hard use locking mechanism, but overall, like, it'd be good, in my opinion, EDC to have around the office, around home, something fun to play around with. But it's not a backup folding pocket knife that I would take out with me into the woods and trust my life on it if I lost my belt knife for some reason. And when have you ever heard me say that? I love this knife, don't get me wrong. I mean, I was really excited to get it, and I'm really happy with it. All I'm saying is to take it out and do outdoorish or outdoorsy kinds of things. Like if you're going hiking and you're going to be cutting paracord or opening, you know, a mountain house, doing different things. If you're opening packages at home, I don't know, it's a good knife. Break down cardboard. All the things most people do with their knives. But this is probably going to be the last time I take this out into nature with me. I'll stick to my other hard-use pocket knives. It's really cool. It's a really cool knife, and I know it probably definitely wasn't designed to do what I'm trying to do with it right now, but that's what I do with my knives. So I'm taking it out to test it out and see how it does. And I'm not really satisfied at all. It is what it is. I can assure you I carry it around the house, around work, doing different tasks around there, but not something I want to take out and trust my life on if I lost all my other knives. I mean, I'd get by with it, but it would make life a lot harder. I mean, I like having that in a tactical situation. If I was in one, I like the fact that my finger digs down into that shark lock to open it up. I don't want it to slip off and I mess up on deploying my knife or something in that kind of situation where split seconds count. Not that I ever get to something like that, but that's my opinion on the shark lock sharpness that everybody's been complaining about. I'm sure you fidget enough with it, you're going to get a callus there, but then you won't have to worry about it. But I like how that's sharp. Same thing with the Microtech Ultratech. People were complaining about it tearing their thumb up, but you want to be able to deploy that when you want to be able to deploy it, in my opinion, if that makes any sense. But just where that shark lock's positioned for the different ways I like to hold my pocket knives and do different tasks, it's just not working out for me. I just got to either be back there. See, holding it like this, that just doesn't work out for trying to get some shavings, for me at least. Now that's a good position maybe if you're trying to get down through, break up some cardboard or something, cut open a 2-liter bottle, cut through the plastic, do things like that, different hand positions. But choking up like this is not something that I would want to be doing for an extended period of time, or really at all. A quick task maybe, and over, wham, bam, done, but continuously having this grip like this, that shark lock digging into my hand there, just no good. Alright, so I don't have the specs on this knife out here with me. I know it has Rivex handles, which is kind of like a plasticky kind of feel. There is no liners in here, no steel liners, so you can kind of, oh yeah, there is. Never mind. It looks like, see, I can bend this in. You can see there is actually, looks like some very thin steel liners though. I mean, look. I can press that in. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I can feel it and see it. So I guess it does have steel liners in there. I really like the shark lock. Even though I'm complaining about the position for trying to choke up like this is a really cool lock. It's a really cool knife. Like, anytime I've whipped it out, people are like, whoa, cool, check that knife out. Like, I'm still really happy I got this knife. $150. But, I mean, just to have something to carry around EDC, minus getting out in nature and out in the woods, like, it's a cool knife to be carrying around. And it'll get the job done when it comes to opening packages, cutting through, you know, string and paracord, things like that around the house. If you're, you know, doing some kind of little minor project. But for doing things like feather sticking and carving on wood, I mean, you seen I did a very light baton job on that fat wood. And I'm sure the lock would hold up where I could be beaten through something a little bigger, but I realized very quickly that I'm not going to be taking this out in the woods with me, so I don't even need to try and baton through anything. I'm sure there's other videos where they do it. There's plenty of other videos with the specs. I'm just kind of giving you my thoughts on what I think about this knife. It does have just a little over a 3-inch blade, just a tad over 3 inches length from handle to tip. You can reverse the pocket clip to the other side. It is tip up carry, left or right. The steel is K110, which is a bowler steel, and it is a D2. It is bowler's D2, and I'm sure bowler being bowler, the heat treat on this knife is phenomenal, and you will get the best you can out of D2. So I'm not too unhappy about the blade steel on this knife. I mean, really what it comes down to is, I'm not just talking about knives, but literally everything in the US has been inflating. Whether you believe it or not, it's happening. I mean, I see it. It's kind of putting a hurting on me for food. It's just, I've seen the price of meat go up, the price of cereal, blah, 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 blah. But the other thing I've seen go up is knives, and I'm sure you all have too. So cut them a little bit of slack on the cost of these knives. You're going to see them go up, and they're probably going to keep on going up as everything else goes up in price. So if there's a knife out there you've had your eye on for a while, it might put a little bit of hurting on your pockets, but you really want to get it, I would, in my opinion, say now's the time to get those knives that you want, because things are going to get a lot worse before better, in my opinion. I wish they didn't. I hope I'm proved a liar about that, but it's just the way things are going. I'm not going to get into why it's happening. Y'all can go figure that out for yourselves. I'm sure everybody has their own opinion. But so this knife is $150, and they might still have some at Knife Center. I hope I didn't discourage anybody from wanting this knife. I think if you want it, you want it. It's a very popular knife. Some are calling it the best knife of 2021 or the most important or something. It's a cool knife. I like it. Blade stock is right around 1/8 of an inch. Smooth action. It came centered. Made in Taiwan. You know how I feel about knives in Taiwan. Knives in Taiwan and knives made in the USA. That's what I enjoy carrying. People are saying that these knives were probably made in the Cold Steel factory, and I'm just repeating what I've heard from other people, so don't hold me to it. The AD 20.5. What I think about it, really cool EDC knife, just not something I'm going to use hard use or outdoors. This is not going to be the knife that I throw in my pocket to complement my belt knife when I'm out hiking, out camping, just running around for the day with Bonzo down by the river. This isn't going to be it, but it'll have a place in my pocket back at work. I can assure you that. I don't know, cool knife. I do like it a lot, don't get me wrong, and I am still very happy that I got it. And I will hang on to it, and it will get as much use as some of my other light duty knives to use around work and in the evenings, just not outdoors. That's my honest opinion. Let me know what you all think. Leave it down in the comments. What it ultimately boils down to is, I guess you got to pick this knife up and try it out for yourself to see if it's something you want to carry. They were selling them at Knife Center. They're probably still selling them there. Maybe go check it out. They had different colors, and they also have a sheep's foot blade, which now that I've figured out that this knife is not something I'd be taking in outdoors, that's the whole reason I got the clip point. They also have, it's called the shark's foot. It is basically a sheep's foot blade. It's more straight, doesn't have this belly here. Just a flatter edge. Same thickness. It's actually just a little under 3 inches. Know what I know now about this knife? I probably would have bought that one to do EDC work with, but I really like the way this clip point looks, and I'm still happy and satisfied. But I don't know, I hope you all enjoyed the video. I'm going to try and get another one out there soon. I've been super busy. I apologize, but I'm going to just do what I can when I can. I appreciate all the people, new subscribers. I'm almost to 590 subscribers, almost to 600. Really cool. I really appreciate all of you, and I appreciate you being around, especially the few that comment on my videos. I really enjoy talking to you. And if y'all haven't figured it out, if you comment down below, I read all the comments, and I'll usually answer. And that's about it. Of course, I don't have 1 million subscribers, so it's a little easier to do that at the moment, but it is what it is. And I'll catch you on the next one.